Hello, I'm the Proper Cuber, and today I'll be showing you how to memorize, recognize, and execute the awkward shape, lightning bolt, and W-shape Olls. There are 4 awkward shape, 4 lightning bolts, and 2 W Olls. And Oll has a numbering system, but that's kind of weird, so I recommend opening up jprim.net, and that has the Olls in groups and has them with the numbering. And then for recognition, I give you an idea of how to recognize it, but I recommend you try to come up with your own way to recognize it so that you can do it certain ones from certain angles that I don't show. Starting with awkward shape Olls, and then this is starting off with Oll 29, and then this one goes R U R prime U prime, R U prime R prime, F prime U prime F, R U R prime. Then to recognize it, and to recognize any of these awkward shapes, I recommend you to start off when you're just learning, I recommend to put the lightning bolt on the left, and you can recognize a lightning bolt like this. Pretty common shape. And then see where the dot is, and if it's on top, and you have a bar here, so these two yellow match, then this is the OL you have. And how to memorize it, I memorize it as sexy move, and then you take this corner, move it up here, like with R, U prime, R prime. Pair this up, and moving this corner here by doing F. Moving this here with U prime, then, F prime, then U prime, then F. And then finally inserting the pair again. And how to execute it, I just do sexy move with a normal execution, which is wrist turn. You do a pinch, like so. Then I do wrist turn. Lift up your thumb. You then bring it back down. This also allows you to do F, U, F with your F prime with your thumb, then U, then F with your thumb again, then R pinch R prime. Okay, so next OLL we have is OLL number 30. And this goes F, R prime, F, R2, U prime, R prime, U prime, RU, R prime, F2. To recognize it, same for any of the awkward shapes, put the lightning bolt on the left, and then look where the dot is. If it's down here, and then look here, if there's a bar, then you have this OLL. And to execute it, to memorize it, I think of it as doing F2 with an R prime in between, so F, R, F, R prime, F. Then I think of putting this block right here and substituting it with this, so which is R2, moving this pair in, this block in, R prime. Then I think of it as moving this pair away into here, then fixing this, putting it back into here, and then F2. That also fixes that pair when you move this block back. For execution, what I do is then I do F with the index, wrist turn, index again. Then I do R2, let your thumb up, U push, then grip back down, another U push, then R pinch U move. This, but while you're doing that, you want to re-grip so you can do the F2. And I messed up right there, but let me just show you that last part again, like so. A bit slower. And that's how I execute that OLL. And now let's look at OLL 43. And like I said, the numbering scheme is weird. I don't know who numbered it, whoever did it. didn't do that good of a job if you ask me. But this one is R U R prime U R U to R prime F R U R prime U prime then F prime. And then to recognize it, once again put the lightning bolt on the left, look for this dot, and if there is no bar here, so this is a different color than yellow, that's how you know you have this. And to memorize it, it's soon into the line case for 2 look OLL. But if you don't know soon, or you're just going straight into 1 look OLL, not learning 2 look OLL, then what it is, it's taking this pair out and reinserting it with a U2 instead of normal insert, and then it's F sexy move F prime. And to execute, I do the normal soon execution, which is R U with the pinch R, then I do another, then I either do this or this. This would be better where you do a U push, or I want to say it's a push, maybe a pull, but you do it a U like this, then you do R U2 double flick, then R prime, you do F with your thumb, sexy move, which is like that, then F with your thumb again. Finally, there is this awkward shape. Once again, put the lightning bolt on the left, and then this one I actually recognize by the headlights, but you can do the same thing as every other one, which is looking for this dot and no bar here, or you can just see that there are 2 headlights here, so the yellow is facing towards you while you're holding the lightning bolt on the left. And then to execute, this is R prime, U prime R U prime R prime U2 R F R U R prime U prime F prime. And memorize it. It's back soon into the L case. So back soon is just taking this pair out and reinserting it with a U2 into the line case for 2 look OLL, which is F sexy move F prime. And to execute, I do R prime, then with my index finger here, I do U prime, R U prime, R U2, R prime, F sexy move with normal push, then F prime with your thumb. And then this isn't the best execution because you're using like a lot of moves and you're probably overworking this finger. So something that could be useful is R U R, then doing a push with this, then that for the soon. But that's how I do it, and that covers all the awkward shape OLLs. This is OLL number 7, and it's the first of the lightning bolt shapes. To recognize a lightning bolt, it's just this shape, which is a lightning bolt. And technically these are small lightning bolts. There is larger lightning bolts, and I will be covering those in a future video, but I won't be covering those today. And this one goes R U R prime U R U to R prime. This is actually known as fat soon because most of the steps are the same as soon. It's just that the first and last move aren't. And to recognize, you should see the lightning bolt and then 2 bars. Put the bar in front so that one of the these parts of the lightning bolt are also on the end. Because if you had it like this, then like one of these isn't on the end. But when you put it like this, it is. So this part should be on the right, and the lightning bolt should be on the left. And you want to pay attention to this because there is also lefty fat soon, which I'll be covering next. But to memorize, it's the same as soon, which I showed before, which is taking out the pair and reinserting it, except you're moving this block right here instead of the pair, and you're replacing the first and last move with Y dot. wide moves. So it's wide R, then taking out this block and reinserting it, and then wide R prime. To execute it, it's you just grip a bit further when you're doing it, instead of just gripping it like this. You grip it like this, and then do the same execution as a normal soon. One time to show it. Same execution as I've shown you before for soon, and then that's Olls case number 7. This is Olls case number 8, and to execute you do L wide prime, U prime, L, U prime, L, U2, wide L. And then for memorization, for recognition, it's a lightning bolt again with 2 bars. Hold one of the bar in the front so that the lightning bolt is like this, where you have one part aligned with it, or the lightning bolt is going vertical and not horizontal. So how to memorize it, I think of it as taking this block out and reinserting it with the U2, similar to soon. It's just mirrored. This is called fat anti-soon because you can't, well, fat back soon because you can do it from the back, but I'm showing you from the front because I feel like it's a slightly easier recognition. Well, not recognition, but execution, and also recognition. But how to memorize, once again, you do wide L prime, which is the same as this one, so you're moving this pair up, this block up, taking it out, moving back down, doing another U prime, so you can just insert it with U2. And then to execute it, it's you do same as the regular finger tricks, just mirrored to the left hand, grip it a bit more, then do it like this with an L wide move, U pinch, bringing it down, moving your finger back, another U, then L U2, then L wide. One more time. And that's Olls number 8. So now we have Olls number 11, and this goes R wide U R prime U, R prime F R F prime R U2 R prime. And to recognize, you put the lightning bolt horizontal when you see that there's only 1 bar. So in the other cases there will be 2 bars. In the next 2 cases I'll show there will only be 1 bar. So you put that bar in front and have the lightning bolt in the back. And to recognize this case in particular, the bar will be on the right. And this is same as fat soon, but in the middle of it you do sledgehammer. So let me just show you. And so that's the first part where you take the block out and move it here. But now you do sledgehammer, which is R prime F R F prime, and then you reinsert the block. And for execution, I start with fat soon, which is like just normal. Then I do sledgehammer, which is a wrist turn, F with my index finger, then I do R with my wrist, and then F with my other index finger. Then I bring R again, lifting my thumb up a bit, U2, and putting it back. So now we have Olls number 12, and then same thing, you look for the bar, put it in the front, and then put the lightning bolt in the back. And then this should be on the left. And what you do is M prime, then you do back soon, which is R prime, U prime, R, U prime, R, U2, R prime. You can also think of it as taking out this pair and putting it back with a U2. Then you do another U prime to realign the M slice. And you just put the M slice back with R prime. And then for execution, let me just bring it back here. And then execution, you do an M slice like so. Then you go into back soon, which is same as I showed before. Then you do another U. Then you do like this. You do an R move. Move your thumb slightly over while you're doing it so that you grip the center. Then do it back. And why you want to move your thumb slightly over is because if you have a normal grip, you'll just go like that. So you need to slide your thumb over slightly, then bring it back down with the wrist turn. Okay, finally we have the W shapes. And first is 36, and it goes L prime, U prime, L, U prime, L prime, U, L, U, L, F prime, L prime, F. And to recognize it, you see this W, which it looks like a W from here. What you do is you also see this bar. And for these, you want to put the bars to the sides where you have no bar here or any oriented pieces here. And then how to execute it, it would be well, how to memorize it rather. It's just left soon, except instead of inserting it with a U2, you insert it with a sledgehammer. And to be a bit more precise, you do L prime, U prime, L, U prime, same as before. Here you do L, but instead of a U2, you just do a U, then L, then you insert it with sledgehammer, which is L, F prime, L prime, F. I'm sorry, but we have it again here. So I'll just show it once again. Start of soon, not a U2, single U, insert it with sledgehammer. Then for recognition, for execution, it's L, pinch, L, U prime, L, U, L, U. Then it's L, F prime, L prime, then F with your index fingers. I'll just show that once again. Index finger here, index finger here. Finally, we have number 38. Like I said, the numbering is really weird. I don't know why it's not 37 and 38, but it just is. And then to recognize, you should have the W again. But when you put the bar to the sides, so that it's on to like here or here, it should be on the right. Like so. And how this goes, it's same thing but mirrored. So it's R, U, R prime, U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R, F prime. To memorize, it's the same, it's like soon, but instead of a U2, you cut it short a bit and then insert it with sledgehammer. So that's start of soon, single U move, U prime, put it back down, then another U prime to insert it with sledgehammer, which is R prime, F, R, F prime. I recommend that you at least know 2 of these triggers, which I mentioned a lot in this video. Sexy move and sledgehammer, because those are common in almost all algorithms. So to execute it, you just start as soon like normal with normal execution, pinch, bring it back down, U again, then U with this one, and then it's the sledgehammer execution with your index finger here, so you just move it like this, index finger here. And that's all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a good day, and bye for now.